The Rule of 72. A simple formula to double your money. While Albert Einstein's theory of relativity has been lauded as one of the greatest scientific discoveries, he believed that the Rule of 72 was a more important discovery. The first reference to this rule comes from Luca Pacioli, who is often referred to as the father of accounting. In his famous book, Summary of Arithmetic, Geometry, Proportions and Proportionality, Summa de Arithmetic, Geometria, Proportio et Proportionalita, he talks about the importance of this rule. Finding a way to double your money in just few years is literally everybody's dream. Have you ever wished upon a star that when you woke up the next morning there would be $100,000 in your checking account? I am here to tell you that this is possible. It's not a fantasy. In today's video, we'll take a look and break down the Rule of 72. Stay tuned and get ready to learn. Number 1. The Rule of 72. The Rule of 72 is used in a number of different ways, including when you want to set financial goals, analyze economic trends, plan long-term financial needs or evaluate investments. Even if you're looking to pay off debt, it can help make the process easier. The way it works is by calculating how long it will take for your investment to double while receiving a fixed interest rate. To calculate this, you would divide 72 by the interest rate you expect to earn. For example, let's say you're trying to earn an annual interest of 5%. To figure out how long it would take to double your money, divide 72 by 5. That gives you 14.4, or about 14 years. There are a number of advantages to this rule. For example, you will be able to quickly and easily see whether you are staying up to date with the latest trends. Along with that, you can also make sure you are on the right track when it comes to your financial decisions. One of its main purposes is it can also be used to calculate inflations, because it shows you how many years it will take for the value of your starting sum to be halved, as opposed to doubling. However, there are disadvantages to using this rule. For example, as it is only applicable to assets which calculate compound interest annually. The rule has some problems with accuracy and cannot calculate rates for intervals smaller than 6% or greater than 10%. However, don't let these disadvantages discourage you from following the Rule of 72. Hire a financial advisor that can show you how this rule works and help you understand it better. Number 2. Inflation rate. You may have seen the news and heard that there's been inflation lately. But what does this mean, exactly? An inflation rate is the amount by which prices tend to increase over a certain period of time. For example, things like household goods and services are affected by the inflation rate. In simple terms, what used to be cheaper last year is now more expensive. The Rule of 72 will help us find out how long it will take us to beat inflation. If, for instance, inflation averages 3% every year, and when we do the math, we see that the price will double in the next 24 years. However, if the inflation rate stays at the current 6.8%, then 72 divided by this number should give us 10.6. This means that prices will be astronomically high in just 10 years. If you apply this rule, your finances will be more prepared against inflation and won't struggle. Number 3. Compound interest. As we mentioned before, the Rule of 72 only applies to compound interest. When you understand the rule and power of compound interest, you have the secret recipe to financial success. Let's also talk about compound interest. Putting your money in a long-term investment is fantastic because the longer you wait, the more money you will earn. Essentially, you start earning interest from the initial investment, and that interest is added onto your initial investment to earn even more. Basically, invest in it and then forget about it. Now, if you want to know how long it will take for your current savings to double, you'll use the Rule of 72. Let's say you have a 6% interest rate. Dividing 72 by 6 will give us 12. This is how long it will take for your money to double. To figure out the right compound interest to apply on your savings, it is best to consider one with a high interest rate. This way, you'll have doubled the amount of your savings quickly. A financial advisor can help you determine the best compound interest rate. Using the Rule of 72, you can work out how quickly your balance will grow. Number 4. Investments. The Rule of 72 can also be used to help evaluate your investments. As you progress in life, it becomes more and more important to make investments. You can use this rule to understand how long your money will take for it to double. When thinking of investing, the Rule of 72 can help you figure out how long it'll take before you have a 100% return on your investment. Regardless of which investment you have, The rule of 72 will help as long as it is paired with the idea of compound interest. One way to better understand this rule is by looking at these following scenarios. Investment number 1. Savings deposit at 1% annual rate of return. Investment number 2. Government bonds at 5% annual rate of return. Investment number 3. Mutual funds at 8% annual rate of return. Investment number 4. Stocks with a 12% annual return. Now, using the rule of 72, try figuring out how long it will take for you to see returns on these investments. Write your answers in the comments and tell me what pattern you can see. Number 5. Savings. This rule has a lot of advantages, including when it comes to your savings. You can use it to estimate how long until your savings will be doubled. When you need to put your money somewhere, where is the first place that comes to mind? Do you keep it at home? Well, this is too risky of a choice in general. You might lose them or get robbed for them. Is your money in the stock market? People experience higher risk of growth, but also with a higher risk of loss. Perhaps opening a savings account at your local bank. Sometimes with these, you can earn 1% interest on the amount in the account when you deposit your money. And to be honest, this is usually the lowest hanging fruit. Setting a goal to save is good, and setting a budget to save is also a good idea. But, you need to be aware of how long it will take to double your investments. Let's look at a few examples using the rule. If you take 72 and divide it by the rate of return, you arrive at how long it will take for the investment to double. For example, let's say you have $1,000 that you want to save in a bank. Let's also say that you'll earn 1% interest rates every year. So, 72 divided by 1% equals 72 years. If you put $1,000 into this account today, in 72 years' time, it will be worth $2,000. However, I don't think you will be around in 72 years to benefit from the $1,000 profit. There are various investment programs out there with guaranteed minimum interest rates of 4% to 7% per year. You just need to do some research and talk to a financial advisor who can show you better routes. So, let's say we use the same example again and you still have your $1,000. Now, you invest it in a savings program such as an index that promises to return 5% in interest per year. So 72 divided by 5 is equal to 14.5, which means in only 15 years your investment will double whatever amount you put in. And it's safe. 5% is just a hypothetical example. In reality, rates can be much higher. All in all, the rule of 72 is a handy mathematical calculation you can use to find out a number of important things. This means that you will see how long you'll have to wait until your savings grow or how much money you'll need to earn to stay ahead of inflation rates. Throughout your time with this rule, you've learned a lot of different lessons. But the one thing that is true in every single situation is to have patience. You can start your journey to financial freedom today so that you don't have to wait for too long. I hope you've learned a lot from this video. Let me know in the comments how you plan on using this rule. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel so that we can bring you more content. Have a great day, and see you all in the next video.